decided to start our trip a little early. Last minute today, we decided to just go ahead and drive on down to Kentucky, to Cincinnati, and get a hotel right next to the airport so we don't have to get up at 4 in the morning. And here we are in our hotel. Tom's in the shower. I took my shower. It is 11:24 and now we can sleep until 6:30. So I think it was a good decision. Fly out at 8:30 in the morning, and tomorrow we will be in Las Vegas. To Vegas, and we drove out to Hoover Dam, where I've always wanted to go. There's Lake Mead. Isn't it pretty? And here's Tom. Isn't he pretty? Just finished our 24 hours in Las Vegas, and we are headed out today into Zion National Park. It's about a 3-hour drive, but the scenery is beautiful, and I think we're gonna stop and look for a floppy hat because Tom wants a floppy hat at Walmart. And then we will be spending the day at Zion. There's a shuttle bus that takes you into the park, and then headed just outside of Zion to stay at a little inn tonight, and then tomorrow our adventure continues. What did you say?
Are you allowed to take the cactuses home?
If you can fit it in your suitcase. Okay. Well, he's cute. I was just getting ready to do this video and I had started it and somebody pointed out there are bats flying over my head right now and I'm not very happy about it. We had an incredible day at Zion National Park. This place is gorgeous. Like, you can't even do it justice. Yeah, you just can't capture it at all. It's really cool. You stay in this Springdale, I think, Springdale, and they bus you for free into the park all the way up. There's several stops. And we got out and we hiked for probably about 2 miles, but it was gorgeous. And I took tons of pictures, of course. And now we came back to the inn and now we're walking to Pizza and Noodle for dinner. Looks like we might be able to eat outside or something. It's still warm, but not too warm, so we thought we'd try to take advantage of that.
And ice cream.
Oh, and there will be ice cream. Hi guys, so today we are at Bryce Canyon and it's unlike anything I've ever seen. We've gotten a little rained on, but there's different viewpoints you can drive to and then there's short hikes to this incredible views. We've run into not a whole lot of people. I mean, there's a few crowds of like class trips and things like that, but nothing too bad. I think the rain scared a lot of people away. It's something you gotta see. It's incredible. I don't even know. It's crazy. Like, how do you even capture it? Tonight we are going to stay in the tiniest little cabin, and then I don't even remember what's tomorrow. I'll have to look at the itinerary. Say hi.
Hi.
Tom is freezing.
It's cold.
He has shorts and we are wet. Guys, so today is Sunday and we have kind of a low-key day. Got up, went to try to find the sand caves, and apparently they're a very vertical hike, which we were not up for this morning, so we walked back to it, but we didn't climb the hill. But then we drove another hour and now we are at the Hoodoo Toadstools, which is a really weird occurrence. I need to look up how these things are made. It looks like parts of the rock wear away quicker than other parts. There's Tom back there. And There's all different kinds here. Back there. This one's, I'll have to get closer for you. And then there's some more over there. But it's a really neat landscape because part of it's red and part of it's just stark white. We climbed way up here to get, oh gosh, it's so windy and sandy, to get some overview of all of this because it's just beautiful. It's not too bad of a hike back here. It was mostly flat. It's just this tiny little parking lot on the side of the road, and then you walk, and the trail's all marked, but it's like mostly just sand trails and then climbing over some rocks and stuff. But it's really not that bad. The only problem is there is like zero shade and the sand is blowing. If you go around the back side of that, apparently there's shade. But yeah, lots of water, lots of sunscreen. So not a whole lot more planned today. We're just gonna go look at some bridge, I think. We're staying at a Super 8 tonight just because it was on the way and not expensive. So, but it has a pool, so maybe we'll check that out. And then we'll see what else there is. Tomorrow is a big day. We have plans and reservations to go see Antelope Canyon, Lower Antelope Canyon. That's a whole nother story. Apparently I reserved the Upper Antelope Canyon tour for the wrong day, and it was supposed to be this morning, but we were 300 miles away this morning, so that didn't work out. So I canceled that one, and the only one I could get last minute was Lower, which is less crowded, and apparently some people say it's better because there's less people and there's light through all out of it and everything, so that'll be neat. That's at 7:45 in the morning, so we're doing that, and then we are going to the Grand Canyon tomorrow, so that'll be fun. That's all I got for now. Bye. Guys, so we have officially reached the Grand Canyon and it's pretty grand. It's pretty hazy today, but I bet on clearer days you can see a lot further. I think on our scale we've decided that it's impressive, it's big, but we've kind of liked some of the other things we've seen better. I don't know if it's the colors or just I don't know what it is. But we are really enjoying every bit of this trip. Tonight we will stay somewhere at a lodge here inside the Grand Canyon Park, and tomorrow we get to start heading north, so up through Utah, and I think we're gonna go driving through Monument Valley tomorrow, so that will be neat. It's a beautiful day. Tom's walking away. It's only what, like 75-ish degrees out here. Nice breeze, so I imagine the summer it's pretty ridiculous. But definitely something everybody should see at least one time. Okay guys, I'm starting to take back what I said earlier. If you come to the Grand Canyon, make sure you're here either in early morning or in the evening close to sunset, because the shadows really do something for it.
If you come to the Grand Canyon, resist the urge to throw rocks into the Grand Canyon, because if everybody did that, we wouldn't have a Grand Canyon.
Hi again. So in all of the excitement of reaching the Grand Canyon today, I totally forgot to mention what we did this morning. The Lower Antelope Canyon tour was incredible. I'm so happy we did it. I can't wait to share some of the pictures. I'll stick one or two on here. I didn't take a whole lot with my phone. And then we also hit up Horseshoe Bend, which was also very cool. The people that stand on these edges of these cliffs just blow my mind. Like, I stood there wondering if I was going to watch somebody die. People are very brave. It's been a long day of driving. We left the Grand Canyon this morning and I don't even know, 2.5 hours. We made a couple little stops along the way. I'm a little bummed because we went to Monument Valley, but we got there about 5 minutes too late to get to go on the driving scenic tour. Make sure you get there plenty of time. They stopped sending tours in at 4:30. And it's a 2-hour drive apparently, because they want everybody out of there by 6:30. But we got a lot of pretty pictures from different places along the road and stuff. Right now we are at Forrest Gump Point, which is where his cross-country run stopped in the movie, and he turned around and decided to go home. Such a pretty view. They have signs everywhere that say don't pull over and no standing, but people are running out in the middle of the road taking pictures, so we did too. Tonight we're gonna go find this Bluff Dwellings lodge and spa, and I'm kind of hoping to get myself a massage. We'll see. This is our hotel tonight, Bluff Dwellings Resort and Spa. This was our splurge night. So we got this beautiful place to stay. I think it's brand new. It smells brand new. That's our view, but like down here. In here. Look at the sink and the shower. This is a little community area for a couple of the rooms. We're on the 3rd floor. There was no elevator. But just look at that view. It's a pool and a hot tub. I don't think it can get any better. Hello. So it's been a very low-key day. We haven't done much except for driving. We went to Four Corners this morning, waited in line to lay on a spot for 3 seconds and get my picture taken. And then we drove some more. I had other plans today, but the tickets were all sold out for the tours that we wanted to do for some ruins, tours and things like that. So we skipped that whole area and we came straight to Monticello, Utah, which is where we're staying tonight, and checked in, relaxed for a little bit, and then now we actually drove out about a half hour from town and we came to see Newspaper Rock, which is actually some old like artwork done by natives back, they say probably 2,000 years ago. However, there were some jerks that also, you know, wrote Joe was here 1956, something like that. So, but they put a fence up now, so people can't do that anymore. But it's really neat to see. It's really like literally off the road, off the parking lot. So it's easy to get to. And I think now we're gonna head back into town, find something to eat, and call it a night. Tomorrow is Arches.
Been waiting for the tides to change, for the waves to send you my way. I see you, darling, but you pixelate. It gets hard to take these days, but we'll hold the line. I won't let go, 'cause I'll be there when you can finally make it home. And I don't mind, 'cause we both know that we'll be fine when you can finally make it home.
Hello. So today's Thursday and we slept in a little bit because we did our research for today, and apparently first thing in the morning you can barely get into the gates. They only let so many cars in, and sometimes they turn people around and say come back in 3 to 5 hours. So we took our time and we got here around 11:30, 11:45, and we barely had any wait whatsoever. But it's a very pretty drive back here. We're sitting here next to, this is the south window arch. There's a north window arch, and then there's a turret arch is right over there. You can kind of see. These are kind of the easier hikes. We went and saw Double Arch. It was about a half mile. This one was about a mile. You can make it longer. There's other more rural routes to take back, but this one's pretty accessible. We're spending the day here, and then tonight we're gonna stay on our splurge night is under Canvas in Moab. They're fancy tents. They have bathrooms in them and everything, so I can't wait to show those off. It'll be a really neat night. Should be pretty clear, so hopefully we can have some pretty nice sky pictures. So have a good day. Here's our view at Under Canvas. This is our tent. Real bed. They said it's been getting chilly, so we'll probably have a fire tonight. It has a real live bathroom. Flush toilet. Kind of a cool sink. Full chain shower. Nice breeze coming through.
Because when I'm in a room with you,
Take it with me when I go. Take it with me when I go.
It's our last night on vacation. We have some fun planned for tomorrow still before we hit the plane around 5:30 tomorrow evening. Today we went and saw some dinosaur tracks and went to a dinosaur museum for Mr. Happy over here. And so then this evening, after we checked into our hotel, look at the cow. There's cows. We met up with a fellow photographer for a couples shoot out here at Red Rocks, just south of Provo. She was really sweet, and we were really excited to do it. It's so weird to be on the other side of the camera, and awkward, of course, but I'm glad we did it. I needed to do something to commemorate this trip. So tonight we're gonna go find some Italian food before we hit back onto the carb-free diet when we get home. So what's that? And then tomorrow I think we're gonna go to Antelope Island. So I will catch you up then. Good night. Hi guys, so we are on our last day. We have to catch the plane tonight. But today we woke up and came out here to Antelope Island. It's in Salt Lake. And I put my toes in the Salt Lake. It's kind of stinky out here, but it's very beautiful. Everything looks so misty and the mountains are in the distance. Some other people. Here's Tom. Doesn't want to put his feet in the water. I think we are going to hang out here for about another hour or so, and then we're going to go catch the plane. It's been an awesome trip. I have lots of tips and ideas for people if you want to take the same trip. Just give me a shout. I'll probably do another last video after we get home with some things we discovered and ideas that you definitely need to consider if you're going to plan a trip like this. So thank you for following along. Hello. So it's been a couple of weeks since we've gotten back from our trip, and I wanted to do kind of a little wrap-up video, give some tips and tricks that we've learned along the way, and answer questions that people have given me as we've talked about the trip and stuff. So let's get started. So my number one tip is it's a website, roadtrippers.com. This is not the first trip that I've planned on this site. It is very cool. It's a very useful tool for any road trip you're going to take. Basically, you put in your beginning and end points, and it routes it for you, and it kind of tells you any viewpoints, any points of interest, any kind of restaurants, hotels, anything you're looking for along that route. You can put it out to 30 miles outside of your route, or up to 50, whatever you want to do. So that's how I planned this trip, and I really think that it was helpful because I wouldn't have known about some of these little behind the scenes places that we went to without it. If you are interested in taking this exact same trip that we did, I have the whole trip saved. It includes everything. It includes our hotels and all of the stops we made along the way. Except for the restaurants and the stores. We just kind of did that on a whim. So if you want to see our trip, I can send you a link. Just let me know. Number 2 is the National Parks America the Beautiful Pass. If you're going to go to any national park, but especially out in Utah because there's so many of them right there, I would highly recommend getting the National Parks Pass. It's $80, and you pay for it in 2 to 3 trips to different parks. Basically, they all cost a different amount to get in. It's per your car load, and so it pays for itself in 2 to 3 trips. And on this trip alone, we went to 3 and possibly could have done 4 if we'd gone to that other place that we ended up skipping. So it definitely paid for itself, even if we don't hit any more this year. You can put 2 names on the pass, and it like I said, it gets in your whole car load. So if you have a whole family going, it works for that too. You can either get it online ahead of time, or you can just purchase it at the first place you went. We went to Zion first, so we saw that and we're like, well, heck, we're going to others. So we just went ahead and got it, and we're really glad we did. Next on my list is Monument Valley, and I mentioned this in my earlier video. Monument Valley is not one of the national parks. It's actually on Navajo Nation land. So that's a totally different charge. It's $20 for the carload there. But the biggest thing is that if you want to do that driving tour, you have to be there in plenty of time, because at 4:30 sharp, they literally stop you from going on the driving tour, right on the dot. Like I said, we got turned around. The car in front of us was the last one. So we waited in line because they only let 15 cars in at a time. And so we waited in line for 15-20 minutes to even get up to the front of the line, only to be turned around. So that's very important if you want to go on that tour. It's about a 2-hour tour though, so it's probably really worth it. It's not any extra money. It's part of the $20 entrance fee. But we ended up, just going into the gift shop and checking out some different points you could see right there from the parking lot. But definitely worth getting there a little early. Okay, so we ran into a lot of just dead zones as far as cell phone service goes. Obviously, we're out in the middle of nowhere a lot of the time, So our biggest problem was music. I mean, we had our routes printed out just in case we ran into service like that, but we also like there were some places with maybe one very faint radio signal. So if you want music on your ride, I suggest loading a bunch on your phone or burn CDs or something, because it was quiet otherwise. And the internet service out there is even less than the data service, so you can't get anything to load most of the time. There is a lot of driving on this trip. I can't remember the total miles or hours, but the way I had it planned out, it was no more than 4 hours in the car a day, and it was pretty much broken up. Like, the longest time you were in the car all at once was maybe hour and a half, 2 hours tops, but you're also making stops to eat, and the scenery is constantly changing. I mean, literally every 30 minutes it looks different, like a totally different place. So you're going from mountains to green pastures to, desert and crazy landscapes that you've never seen before, and it just constantly is changing. And so it's really interesting, and if you have good company like I did, it's really a short drive. This is kind of a funny one. On Antelope Island, that's the island we went to in Salt Lake, you think it's a beach. It is a beach that you're going to, but there's something about, it's not necessarily sand, it's probably the salt making these rocks, but they are like glass. And I made the mistake of wearing flip-flops and thinking it's a beach, you wear flip-flops, right? And you take them off and you walk in the sand. And that is not what you want to do there. It was torture walking out there to the water, and it's really, really far because the lake is very low right now, and I think it's just getting lower every year. So the beach just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and if you want to walk out there and go to the water, you're going to be walking through these like shards of glass basically, and they get stuck in your flip-flops and it's painful. And it took us forever to get out there. By the time I realized it was never going to get any better, it was too far to turn around. So we're really glad we went out there. I'm glad I put my feet in the water. But next time I would wear tennis shoes and just take them off at the water because, ouch, it hurt a lot. I did get this question a lot. A lot of people were asking me, even people like we saw on the trip were asking me if it was like I was glad I brought my real camera rather than just taking all the pictures with my phone, because I do both. On this trip, I am very, very happy I brought my real camera. I mean, there's been a lot of vacations that I've taken and I've gone without, and just for fear of like something happening to it because of my business, and that equipment's really important to me. And even though it's insured, you don't want anything to happen to it. So, but this time I decided it was such like a once in a lifetime trip that I decided to take my R6. And I also took just one lens, the 24-105, and just that way it just gave me a lot more creative control over some of these pictures that I just really wanted to be able to possibly blow up or do like really neat edits with or something like that. So I'm glad I took it. It may need to be professionally cleaned. I haven't really messed with it a whole lot since we've been home. I've been busy, but it's probably a good idea, especially at those hoodoos we went to. There was sand blowing. It's a mess, but I'm really glad I took it. I did obviously take a lot of pictures with my phone too, but most of these pictures you're seeing on this video that I'm making are with my real camera. So it was an awesome trip. Both Tom and I really loved every minute of it. I would recommend it to anybody. There are some things that we did that, wouldn't be good for little kids, but you can alter it, and go to different places or stay different places, things like that. But it was so much fun. I also have it broken down, like how much everything cost, and you can change that up by staying different places or eating different places. If you're interested in any of that, I can help you out. I'm really glad everybody was watching my videos and commenting and sending me messages. That was a lot of fun. So I'm really happy that we are home though, because it was a nice 10 days, but it's so good to be home when you've been gone that long. And come back to Ohio, and fall's starting to become fall, so that's my favorite. So Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and I will talk to you later. Bye.